What's going on, Dallas? Let's see how we kicked off this decade. In January of 2020, we actually sold 536 single-family homes in the Dallas market, with that median sales price being $312,000, and that represents the very middle sales price. There were 2,292 active listings available for sale in January 2020. Now, the question is, are you going to be jumping into this market this year? Take a moment with me to drill down just a little bit deeper into these stats. Okay, I've switched my screen so we can drill down in these stats a little bit more. I don't mean for this to be overwhelming. There's just a few things I want to call to your attention. We've already talked median sales price, closed sales, which are the number of homes that actually sold, single family homes, and then the number of active listings in January. Take a look at 3.0 months worth of inventory. That means that all of the inventory on the market would sell out in approximately 3 months. A balanced market is 6 months worth of inventory. That tells me that we are still in a seller's market. Take a look at the price distribution in the column over here. If you look, the majority of the homes that sold were between $100,000 and $299,000, just looking at the percentages in those price ranges. We still had a respectable amount of homes that sold between $300,000 and $749,000. So this is just a good indication of where your competition is if you are planning to jump out there and buy a home this year. Now, all the way over here under transaction time stats, just be mindful in that month of January, from the time a person listed their home till they sold their home was about 70 days, which is actually a little more than 2 weeks longer than January last year this time. The days to close after that home went under contract till it went to the closing table was about 33 days, which is only a day longer than last year. Total days from the days that that seller decided to sell their home and list it to the time they actually collected cash in their pocket was about 103 days. So just be mindful of that. But as we get into home buying season, I expect that those time lengths will shorten. I want to skip across the middle and go all the way over here to the right to home valuation stats. You see the numbers there listed, but the one that I want to draw your attention to is this closed versus original list price, 93%. That means that if a person listed their home for about $350,000, there was some room for negotiation, because while they listed it for $350,000, they sold it for 93% of $350,000. Now, this happened in the majority of the cases to where this stat came out to be 93%. So what does that tell me? Right now, in January, there is a little bit of wiggle room in negotiating how much you paid for a home. The last thing I want to draw your attention to is this closed and median price history. Look at January a year ago. The median sales price was $235,000. And as you see, we went up throughout 2019 to peak out at $370,000 median list price for 2019. And then it kind of did the little roller coaster thing to land us here, January 2020, a year later, with the median price at $312,000. Now, I expect, because, sometimes the winter months are a little bit slower, but as we get into the spring, those numbers will begin to creep back up. Why? Because we're getting into home buying season, which means there will be more people in the market for homes, particularly during spring break and getting into the summer season. So you can expect that median price, all things considered, to continue to go up. If you are looking to buy a home or sell a home this year in 2020, don't hesitate to give me a call. I'd love to hold your hand and navigate you through the process. I am Tiffany Hayes with Tiffany Hayes Real Estate Group. Have a blessed day.